This Civic Media podcast is sponsored by UW Organ and Tissue Donation. Organ donations are desperately needed, and now is the right time to become an organ donor. Talk to your family. Get the dot. Save lives. Go to heroicdeed.com.
This is your WLCX Daily News Roundup for the Eagle 1490 AM in La Crosse.
For AM 1490 WLCX, I'm Jimmy Kuska. Today is Election Day and the polls will be open until 8 p.m. If you're in line to vote at 8 p.m., stay in line as you're still eligible to vote. If you're registering to vote today, you'll need to bring a valid photo ID as well as a proof of residence. If you are already registered, you'll still need to bring a valid form of voter ID with you to the polls. For more information on voting, you can visit civicmedia.us/vote. You can check your voter registration and see what's on your ballot now by going to myvote.wi.gov. If you're planning on supporting your candidate at the polls, you'll need to leave your campaign buttons and t-shirts at home. With more, here's Civic Media's Lisa Hale.
When people are passionate about their candidate, they tend to wear that passion via garb, a t-shirt, a hat, and or campaign buttons. Megan Wolf, the chief elections official in Wisconsin.
So if somebody does come in with some type of political hat or shirt or other display of a position on the ballot, they're going to be asked to not come in with that on, to potentially change it.
Wolf says any display of support for a candidate or for a position on the ballot is considered electioneering and is not allowed at the polls. For Civic Media News, I'm Lisa Hale.
The polls are open until 8 p.m. You can find more information at civicmedia.us/vote. Today is Election Day, and across Wisconsin, a record 140 school referendum questions will be on the ballot. Districts in total are seeking over $4.2 billion from local taxpayers for operations, facilities projects, and teacher and staff salaries. If you add up all 4 elections this year, Wisconsin school districts have asked for over $6 billion in additional revenue just this year. Locally, La Crosse, Sparta, Tomah, and West Salem are each seeking tens of millions of dollars for facilities projects. Meanwhile, West Salem, Viroqua, DeSoto, Lafarge, and Royal are each pursuing operational referendums to help pay for staff and programming and to cover budget deficits. Voters in those districts should visit their school district's website for more information. In addition, all voters in Wisconsin will decide on a constitutional amendment for voter eligibility. While people will want to know election results sooner rather than later, it will take time to add everything up. With more, here's Civic Media's Lisa Hale.
It will take as long as it takes. That's what Wisconsin's chief elections official Megan Wolf said when it comes to getting the ballots counted tonight.
I think a lot of our jurisdictions went into this election knowing that we were going to have a high number of absentees this year and looking to provide efficiencies to their counting process. But, they're never going to sacrifice making sure that they get it right, that they follow the law for speed. And so it'll take as long as it takes to make sure that every eligible vote is counted and counted accurately.
Absentee ballots can be counted at some polling locations as soon as the polls open this morning. Others, such as municipalities with central count locations, won't start counting until the polls close at 8 o'clock. For Civic Media News, I'm Lisa Hale.
You can find more information at civicmedia.us/vote. Join us tonight for our Election Day special. We'll cover the results and analyze the 2024 election. Our coverage begins at 6 p.m. on 1490 WLCX, lacrosseeagle.com, and the free Civic Media app. You can also follow along with us at civicmedia.us/vote. Take Civic Media with you anywhere you go with the free Civic Media app. Download it now at civicmedia.us/app or get it on your device's app store. From Civic Media's Western Wisconsin newsroom, I'm Jimmy Kuska for AM 1490 WLCX and lacrosseeagle.com.
College basketball underway. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. The Wisconsin Badgers men's team opened up their season with an 85-61 win over Holy Cross in Madison. Head coach Greg Gard asked if he's determined who his starting 5 are going to be.
That was my main message to him tonight as we go on this journey over the next 5.5 months. We have to be together because it's going to be different people and different nights. Who starts, in my mind, I've never talked about it and made a big deal of who is starting. Everybody knows they need to be ready.
In Milwaukee, number 18th ranked Marquette with a 102-62 win over Stony Brook. UW Green Bay lost their opener on the road at Oklahoma State 89-76 under new head coach Doug Gottlieb. Baseball, the Brewers' Matt Arnold has been named Major League Baseball's Executive of the Year. Pitcher Frankie Montez will become a free agent after declining his option. NBA, the Bucks battled but let it slip away in the final minute, losing in Cleveland 116-114. The Bucks host the Utah Jazz on Thursday. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. Some people cannot get enough of The Walking Dead, or its many spin-offs. The Walking Dead Daryl Dixon gave a sneak peek at Season 3 after Season 2 wrapped up Sunday night. Season 3 will keep Daryl in Europe along with Carol. The two zombie fighters will find themselves in Spain for the new season, but there is no word on exactly how they ended up there. Seasons 1 and 2 were shot in France. The twosome's goal, according to The Hollywood Reporter, is to get back home to the U.S. and their fellow Walker Slayers. There is speculation that the recently released Juror No. 2 could be Clint Eastwood's last film. Critics and those in the Eastwood camp expressed disappointment the film was only released in 50 theaters last weekend, despite the consensus that the film is very compelling and received a 91% on Rotten Tomatoes. At the very least, we have something good to stream very soon. Barbenheimer 2.0 is just around the corner, with films Gladiator 2 and Wicked kicking off the holiday box office season in a couple weeks. However, last weekend's box office did not impress. The movie Here, starring Tom Hanks, Robin Wright, and directed by Robert Zemeckis, landed with a thud on opening weekend. Here did not review particularly well, and audience approval is hovering at around 60%. The film whiffed big time with only a $5 million opening weekend, which landed it in 5th place overall. Repeating as box office champ following its opening weekend is Venom: The Last Dance. The third and final chapter of DC's Venom franchise took in $26 million domestically. Rounding out the top 5 are The Wild Robot in 2nd place, Smile 2 at number 3, and Conclave at number 4. Another disappointment at the box office was Liam Neeson's new action film Absolution, which finished in 12th place, barely cracking $1 million. Martha Stewart might be dealing with a hangover due to her displeasure with her biopic Martha on Netflix. While promoting her new cookbook during an appearance on a game show similar to Family Feud, she took a shot at Ryan Reynolds. When asked which actors she would like to hang out with in real life, she listed George Clooney, her pal Snoop Dogg, and Brad Pitt, but made a point to say Ryan Reynolds is not funny in real life, adding that he is very serious. She also acknowledged her comments might not go over so well since the two are neighbors in real life. Despite the final season of Succession bringing Kieran Culkin his first Golden Globe Award, the actor has still not seen the series finale. In a recent appearance on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert, Culkin said he missed it because he was in Poland filming a movie and then went right to a vacation with his family. The actor told Colbert he knows what happens, but just sort of missed his chance. If only there was a way he could still watch it. For more showbiz fun, tune in to Nightlight with me, Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 6 to 8 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
It is going to be cloudy and windy with some off and on rain today. We could get a quarter inch or more by the time it winds down late this afternoon. Our high today near 60, falling quickly into the upper 40s by late this afternoon. Tonight down to 38. Tomorrow, mostly cloudy, high of 52. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable. Currently, it's 51.
That's your WLCX Daily News Roundup from Civic Media. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts. Find more news at lacrosseeagle.com. The national news cycle never stops, but it can be hard to find news about your local community. Civic Media is dedicated to providing quality local and state news coverage across Wisconsin. With the Civic Media app, you can get notifications about local stories that matter to you and your community. Find the free Civic Media app in your phone's app store and choose notifications from the menu to tell us what kind of news you want to hear about.